Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Savannah Chrisley reveals will miss dad Todd more than mom. Savannah Chrisley caught heat when she mentioned during the episode of her podcast she released just before Thanksgiving she was grieving the loss of her parents. On multiple social media platforms, fans thought it was disgusting that Savannah acted as if she was in mourning over a parent when her parents were very much still alive. The Chrisley Knows Best star rehashed the statement despite the backlash during her most recent podcast episode. Savannah Chrisley mourns losing her parents. Now, Savannah has explained that she likely mourns the loss of her father a little more than her mother. She has revealed during a few different podcasts that her father just gets her. For Savannah, she can enter a room and her father just knows when something is wrong. She admits that he is her safe space where she can just fall to pieces and he will help her pick them up and put her back together again. Despite being an adult, she continues to turn to and lean on her father when she needs that support. So she's having a pretty hard time dealing with the fact that he's going to be behind bars for a very long time. On multiple podcast episodes, Savannah has explained that it is difficult to grieve the loss of a parent who isn't actually dead. During one podcast episode, she noted that she hoped to reach out to other people who were experiencing the same things she was going through. She was especially interested in reaching out to those who felt as though the criminal system had done their family an injustice. Todd has encouraged her to be strong. During this difficult time, Savannah admits her father continues to be her rock. He's told his daughter she has to be strong. Moreover, he pointed out that she can still talk to him every day even though he is behind bars. Likewise, she isn't actually losing her parent. So, she should consider herself lucky as there are some people who are mourning the real loss of their parents and not just an uncomfortable distance. Savannah tells her followers she's trying to put some distance between her and her parents so she can easier cope with the situation more. The Chrisley family has never been far from the public eye. From their reality TV stardom to their ongoing legal troubles, fans have followed the highs and lows with equal fascination. But in the midst of the family's most turbulent chapter yet, Todd and Julie Chrisley serving prison sentences, Savannah Chrisley has revealed something deeply personal. In an unfiltered moment, she admitted that she will miss her father, Todd, more than her mother, Julie. It's a statement that stirred curiosity, empathy, and even controversy among those who have followed Chrisley Knows Best. But beneath the surface, Savannah's words point to a complex father-daughter relationship that has always stood at the heart of her life story. A bond forged in fire. Savannah has never shied away from sharing her feelings. The Chrisleys, after all, built their brand on outspoken honesty, playful banter, and the kind of family dynamics that felt both exaggerated and achingly real. For Savannah, Todd wasn't just her father. He was her protector, her coach, her fiercest critic, and her biggest supporter rolled into one. Growing up, Savannah often joked about how controlling Todd could be, especially when it came to her dating life. He was the dad who wanted to know every boy's middle name, where they lived, and how they planned to treat his daughter. But behind the humor, it was clear that his control came from a place of deep care. Savannah often said that Todd understood her better than anyone else, sometimes even better than she understood herself. So when the day came that Todd had to leave for prison, Savannah admitted she felt like a piece of her foundation had been ripped away. "Dad has always been the one I called first," she said in a recent podcast episode. "Whether it was a career decision, a fight with a friend, or even just when I was bored, he was my go-to. Losing that connection hurts more than I ever imagined." Julie's quiet strength. Her comment about missing Todd more than Julie, however, was not meant to diminish her mother's role. Julie Chrisley has long been the quiet anchor of the family, the one who balanced out Todd's fiery personality with calm wisdom. Where Todd was outspoken, Julie was measured. Where Todd took the stage, Julie worked in the background. Savannah acknowledged this difference in her statement. "Mom is incredible, but she and I have always had a different type of bond," Savannah explained. "She's steady. She's strong. And I know she doesn't need me in the same way Dad always made me feel. Julie's strength makes it harder for Savannah to miss her in the same way. She knows her mom will be okay, that her mom's love isn't dependent on constant communication. With Todd, however, their relationship has always thrived on connection, guidance, and, yes, his signature overprotective flair. The role reversal. Since Todd and Julie's sentencing, Savannah has taken on the role of caregiver for her younger brother Grayson and niece Chloe. It's a responsibility that has forced her to step into adulthood in ways she never expected. In some respects, she has become the Todd figure in their household, the decision maker, the provider, the one who lays down the rules. That role reversal has only deepened her longing for her father's presence. It's like I've inherited Dad's job, but without his energy or confidence, she admitted. I find myself wanting to pick up the phone and ask him, am I doing this right? And not being able to do that, it's the hardest part. Julie, in contrast, has always embodied the nurturing side of parenting, the side Savannah naturally feels comfortable stepping into. But trying to channel Todd's leadership and bravado is another story. Fans react. Savannah's revelations sparked a wave of reactions online. Some fans empathized, pointing out how father-daughter bonds can sometimes be stronger than mother-daughter ones, depending on personalities. Others criticized her for seemingly favoring one parent over the other, especially when both Todd and Julie are facing the same absence. But longtime viewers of Chrisley Knows Best understood her perspective. Todd and Savannah's interactions were always a highlight of the show. Their debates, their laughter, their dramatic disagreements, they were the heartbeat of the family dynamic. One fan tweeted, "Savannah and Todd have always been like two peas in a pod." Of course she's going to miss him differently than Julie. That doesn't mean she loves her mom any less. A daughter's honesty. What makes Savannah's admission so striking is its honesty. Most people would shy away from admitting they will miss one parent more than the other, fearing judgment. But Savannah has always thrived on being candid, even when it opens her up to criticism. Her honesty also highlights the complexity of family love. Relationships aren't always balanced in the same way, and that's okay. Love can be equally deep but expressed differently. Savannah's words reflect a daughter grappling with loss, responsibility, and the raw truth of what absence really feels like. Looking ahead. As Savannah continues to navigate life without her parents at home, her bond with Todd will remain a driving force. She has spoken about how she writes letters to him, holds onto his advice, and even tries to channel his voice in moments of doubt. "I hear him in my head all the time," she said with a laugh, "even when I don't want to." For Savannah, missing her dad more than her mom isn't a measure of love. It's a reflection of roles, personalities, and the way each parent uniquely shaped her life. Todd was the fire to her spark, the loud voice to her confident spirit, and the person who pushed her to chase bigger dreams. Julie, meanwhile, remains the steady presence she knows will never fade, no matter the circumstances. Conclusion. Savannah Chrisley's admission that she will miss her dad more than her mom is less about favoritism and more about vulnerability. It reveals the irreplaceable role Todd has played in her life, a role so loud, so commanding, that his absence feels like an echo she can't escape. At the same time, it speaks to the quiet strength of Julie, whose love Savannah never doubts, even if it doesn't demand the same kind of daily connection. In the end, Savannah's revelation reminds us of something universal. Missing someone isn't about loving them more, but about feeling the unique space they occupied in our lives. For Savannah, Todd's absence leaves the loudest silence.